Do stacks of oranges, your knit sweater, and honeycombs have anything in common? They're all examples of tiles. Tiles are geometric shapes that you can combine to create patterns or fill a space. Mathematicians are interested in tiling because it's an application of geometry. But engineers and physicists, quilters and crafters also want to know how small pieces fit together. We can think of any small chunk of a pattern as a tile. By thinking in terms of tiles, we can create a model system with a simple set of rules to help us study more complicated situations. For example, if we want to create a flat and gap-free pattern, it turns out there's only a couple different regular polygons we can use. Equilateral triangles are one solution, squares can also do the job, and hexagons are the final polygon that can do the trick. If you want to get fancy, you can mix a couple polygon shapes. Triangles and hexagons can mix, and so can squares and octagons. But in terms of regular polygons with all equal side lengths, triangles, squares, and hexagons are the only shapes that can create flat and gap-free patterns. We can see why this is the case if we look at the math. When these polygons come together at a vertex, all their internal angle measures add up to 360 degrees. The internal angle measures of triangles, squares, and hexagons are all factors of 360 degrees. In other words, they're able to add up to a full circle's worth of rotation. But for other regular polygons, that's just not possible. A pentagon has internal angle measure of 108 degrees, which is not a factor of 360. Neither heptagons nor octagons have angles that could add to 360 degrees either. Using this logic, we can mathematically prove that triangles, squares, and hexagons are the only regular polygons with the special ability to tile the plane. Because their angles add up to 360 degrees, they form flat, gap-free surfaces. We say that this kind of surface has zero curvature. But don't give up on the pentagons and heptagons too fast. They can still have their special moment. We just need to take things to a new dimension. See, the problem with pentagons is that when we have 3 of them, their internal angles add up to less than 360 degrees, so they can't be flat and gap-free. But if we allow them to spring into the 3rd dimension, well, now they're gap-free, but they're definitely no longer flat. Surfaces with angle sums less than 360 degrees form dome shapes like this. We say that they have positive curvature. Heptagons have the opposite problem. Their internal angles add up to way more than 360 degrees. If we give them a bit of tape, they form a wavy surface that looks a bit like a saddle. Surfaces with angle sums greater than 360 degrees always form these wavy saddle shapes, and we say they have negative curvature. Curvature is a property of the shape we created, and you can't transform between curvature types. Like I can't turn the zero curvature shape into a dome or a saddle, and I can't make the dome or a saddle flat. But they are all useful in different ways, and we can find all of them in our daily lives. Can you tell what kind of curvature each of these things has? Pause the video to think about it and lock in your answers. Egg carton cups have positive curvature to match the shape of an egg, which also has positive curvature. This leaf has negative curvature. Does its frilly edge remind you of our heptagon tile shape? The donut was kind of a trick question. It has positive curvature on the outside, negative on the inside, and zero curvature if you go around the circle. We've shown today that tiles can form all 3 of these surface types, and tiles can be any small chunk that repeats to create a bigger pattern or structure. Where else do you see tiling patterns in your life? Leave a comment to let us know.